Julie Eckels, and I grew up in Pennsylvania. I am the oldest daughter of 4. I have a brother and 2 sisters, and it's always a fun time at my house.
What do you like? Football! Alright, he likes football. What do you not like, Aiden? He doesn't like soccer.
My dad is a professional golfer by trade, so that means that I love sports. I grew up playing soccer, volleyball, track, basketball, loved it, and golf, of course, but really enjoyed being competitive. Everything in my house was a competition of who can get here the first and just make it as fun as possible.
Yes, you stay under authority. Write that down, please. You stay under authority. You are willing to stay under authority.
I went to a small Christian school, kind of like Red Lion, growing up. But the coolest part about my life and testimony really to God is that when I was in 9th grade, my parents sat me down and said, Julie, we're going to do something a little strange. We're going to start walking by faith. And we are going to go on this journey that is totally going to rock your world. And I said, okay. And he said, we are going to move to China. Now, in case you don't know where that is, it is halfway across the world. Literally, we flew over the North Pole. And we got to spend there. We were only going to stay there for 2 years, but we loved it so much that we stayed for 4. And I went there 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. I was the only Christian in my class, the only American actually, and just understanding what it means to have a different worldview, to live out your faith, and not just hear it all in Bible class. Loved it, absolutely. Great stories. I would sit down in the cafeteria with friends from Korea, friends from China, friends from Finland and India, and just talk about life. And it was just a really great experience growing up. I ended up graduating over in China, and I went to Liberty University. Never saw the campus. I saw the tour after I moved in, and it was a great place. Absolutely love it to this day. Highly recommend it. Liberty University, it has this Division I feel. It's so exciting. You can hear great professors, and I didn't know what I wanted to be. In fact, I went in undecided. And I took a couple classes, did like those, took a few more, and I was like, wow, I really like teaching, bringing people from point A to point B and making it exciting. I talk about learning like a sponge. You want kids to soak it all up and get really, really excited. Don't make it boring. So that is kind of what I love to do. I love to teach. I love to make something that might seem boring at first really come alive.
Okay, she stayed.
I said that.
Go ahead.
So Kate's submission.
Yeah, describe Kate's submission. How is he different?
God told him to get what's it called?
I start the class with Bible and just love it. Talk about who God is and what He expects of us to do. We make it kind of exciting and we live it out because our God is not a boring God, that is for sure. And then we go to history class. We learn about the rise and falls of civilizations, ancient civilizations, bloody battles, strategic moves. It is, and we act it out. It's a lot of fun. History, we have to learn from our past so we don't repeat things in the future. Or if we do, it is for the progress of our people in our civilization. After history class, wait, there's more. We go to reading class, and we learn about plot and characters and dynamic and indirect. And it's just an exciting time. Kids love to act this out and bring reading come alive. None of this boring, monotone type of thing. We got to make it exciting. And so that's what we do. We have a good time in reading class. But after that, we go to science. So my day is kind of filled. Science class full of experiments and solving problems and figuring out how God's big picture world and what we play in that part, what we can do to further explore and name and classify things in science. It's just a good day. I also help in the learning support on top of all that, where I meet with individual students and help them progress through their academia. And I also do National Junior Honor Society, which is a group of 7th, 8th, and 9th graders who come together once a month and we share and serve our campus and our community and just lead the best of our ability. And we have a great time doing it.
Try it again. Ready? 3, 2, 1. There you go. That is how you glorify God.
I originally was teaching 5th grade at a school for 2.5 years, and I heard about Red Lion. There was a big class and they needed another teacher. Actually, the Kinders were one of really influential in bringing me to here, and they said, there's an opening, you should apply. And it was a big school. I've never been at a Christian school this large with football programs and lacrosse, and I was like, oh yeah, let's bring it. And we've had a really good time. I've enjoyed being a part of a team of excellence who really love others and make academia come alive. How I came to know about Jesus was when I was actually at a young age of 4. I got saved by a person in a clown suit. He came up to me and was like, hey, little girl Julie, you want to hear about Jesus and what he's done for you and how much he loves you? Sure, why not? And so I grew up in a Christian home, learned about Jesus more than just through the clown suit, but I learned that he is a God that loves me and cares for me, and that whatever I do, it's really not enough to get into heaven, and it's only through God and his goodness and his love for me, and everything's already done. I just get to enjoy it and live it out. My hope for people at Red Lion and my students is that they see that our God is not a boring God, that he loves and delights in who his children are, and he's going to bring us to places far beyond anything that we can imagine. He's done that in my life, and I can't wait to see what he's going to do in yours. Thanks again, and way to go, Red Lion!